What is up, everyone? Welcome to the UnderDog Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore Salestrina. Gentlemen, another week in the books.
Yeah. Another week. Antonio's so excited.
Antonio's seizing. How do we feel about the NFL slate from last weekend?
It was a mixed bag.
I think there's some decent
It wasn't
games.
as I was gonna say it wasn't as bad as it seemed when we were doing the pod last week, because we were like blowing through every game. It was like this game sucks. This game sucks. This game sucks.
I know we say that, and then
No, but there's actually some pretty good games.
there's
We were right about
three
Dallas.
overtime games.
We were right about Dallas and Atlanta being like a pretty good high scoring game too. Yeah, and the overtime games.
Yeah. Jets won. I like them all week, but I also stream Jets every week, so it's easy to be right after like 5 times of saying it. So
Well, of course. And you're going to continue to say it.
well, I also was gonna continue to say Browns until they lost, but that lasted 1 week, so
Yeah, ow.
I thought they were gonna make the, I thought they were gonna make the playoffs. I really did.
Yeah, that was delusional. And you froze.
Yeah, I would say slightly.
Jameis Winston had a Jameis Winston game.
Yeah, that's about
Which
what
I was gonna say we should have saw that coming.
Yeah,
after such a good game last week, like he needed a 3-pick game.
Well, I mean, come on, like he plays the Ravens and looks like that. It's like you kind of gotta think maybe.
So
I don't know.
That means this week he's throwing 3-3.
Probably.
The Buffalo game ended up being pretty close.
Yeah,
I was surprised at that.
It was a good game.
The back-to-back last-second field goal losses for the Dolphins.
I love that. I love that he misses an extra point and then drills a 61-yarder for the win. It's like, how does that make sense?
Oh yeah, he made up for it.
I feel like there's a 60-yard kick to win a game like every 3 weeks now.
I mean, the kickers are great, but then like when it's just some random fucking extra point or something, they shit their pants.
That's impressive though. Like that's not an easy place to make it. Like that's an outdoor stadium, and Buffalo is like, it can get pretty windy there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's pretty impressive.
I mean, did that kill Miami? Like, do you think Miami has any chance of making the playoffs?
It's a long shot, bro. Like
that might have killed them. In terms of like salvaging their season, if they were to go in there and get a win and like somehow pull that win out, I think maybe they make it a little testy, but that probably just killed their morale.
Even if they go on a little run, it's gonna be like wicked crowded around that area.
Well, the thing that sucks for them is they had
Oh no, they're done. They have 2 wins.
Yeah, well, the thing that sucks for them is they had that Arizona game in the back, and they just coughed it away, and then last week, I mean, not like they should have won, but they definitely could have won. So it's like that's 2 wins right there that if they just flip, they're right back on it. But
yeah, because that game was the game against Arizona. They definitely threw it away, and then this game it was more like Buffalo letting them stick around and then winning it at the end more than it was like Miami had a chance to win. But
yeah,
you're right; they definitely could have easily pulled that game out if Buffalo had one more mistake.
How about the Rams? Rams are getting a little sneaky.
They are getting a little sneaky. That was a big win for them.
I mean, if they got Puka on top healthy, and obviously you got Kyron in the backfield, it's like that's the top 6 offense in the league, top 8 offense in the league. Like,
I mean, they're not even they're like a half game out of their division.
Yeah, I mean it's
they could easily win that division.
I mean, I'm biased with Arizona, but I think it's them or Arizona. I know San Francisco.
I think so too.
I know San Francisco getting all their pieces back. I know they have the pedigree. I know they've been there.
They're gonna find a way to get in the playoffs.
I agree. I
even
think
though it's pretty tight, but
I think it's a wild card. So I think either the Rams or the Cardinals come out on top in that division, though.
So I was gonna bring something up in the Western Division in the other conference and say
the Denver Broncos are gonna win.
No, so the Chargers and the Broncos are both in playoff spots right now. One of those teams is not making the playoffs. I don't know what one.
I mean, it would be really.
I feel like
it'd be really Chargers not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I say I feel like I could see the Chargers there more, but that's very true, Sal.
Shout out Sean Payton for taking this roster as far as it has so far this year. I know they got creamed by Baltimore last week, but like I don't really think their win total was 5.5 heading into the year. Maybe it was 6, but like I don't think anyone was sitting here saying, "Oh, I really like Denver this year. I really think this is like Denver makes the playoffs this year." Like
I think we took. I think it was like pretty damn low.
me and you took the over.
We definitely took overs, not because we thought they were going to be good, because
we just thought it was a little disrespectful. Like 5.5 seems like way too low, but
I think we just brought it down to like, do you really see Sean Payton coaching
going
a 4-win team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was definitely in the unknown too, like with Bo Nix.
Technically, he's still good. Technically, he's still good to go 5-12, but
yeah,
it shouldn't happen. I don't know. I mean,
they play the Chiefs this week, so
I think they're actually like a better team than even what public perception is. Like, I don't love Bo Nix, but I feel like they just play solid football. And I'm not trying to sit here and like gas the fucking Broncos, but for what the expectation is compared to what they are now, I think it's night and day.
I mean, their schedule's really not bad. Like they could easily go 10-7 on the way out. They go Chiefs, Falcons, Raiders, Browns, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs. So
that's like 4 or 5 wins. Probably.
They go 5-3, they're fine.
That Chargers game is going to be a must-win though, because they already lost to the Chargers.
100%. That'll be a big game.
So if they get swept by the Chargers, it's going to be harder for them to.
But I mean,
get by them.
they probably lose to the Chiefs this week, but then they play the Falcons. With the Falcons, it's just like it depends on the day that
Sal thinks
you catch
Denver's
the Falcons,
beating the Chiefs,
and it depends on the day that you get, like what kind of Broncos you get. The Falcons and Broncos are both pretty inconsistent. So
you remember the theory from Monday night, don't you, Nolan?
Yeah, Sal said if Trump won the election, then he's hammering Denver against the Chiefs.
Why?
Because it's
Taylor Swift.
Trump. It's Trump versus Kelsey. Kelsey has to lose his first game now. That's how it works. That's how it works. He's a lib and he lost. That would be
honestly.
I'm gonna bet on that.
Yeah, honestly, that's gonna be insane if Denver actually wins this game and gives them their first loss.
I'm taking Denver, and I'm taking Denver money line this week. I don't even fuck the 8.5 points. I'm taking Denver money line this week.
I would expect nothing less.
That's crazy.
I can't wait for the text. And Robert's like, "Wow, Denver, really? Like, come on."
Sal faded.
Yeah. I'm only faded when it's wrong though. If I get it right, then it's like, okay, that was a good call.
Then it's the prophecy. But I don't know about your batting average right now, though. We need to get that batting average up.
It's probably 200, if that. Like
probably, yeah. But when you're right,
when you're right, you're right.
It's 450 when you're wrong, into the cheap seats.
That's what we're going for here. We're not going for no singles or doubles. We're trying.
You're Aaron Judge in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, that's about right. He had 2 home runs, right?
Yeah,
3.
And kind of costed them the World Series, but whatever.
My fielding's a little bit better than Aaron Judge.
Did we even like talk about that? I don't even think we talked about. We don't have to though. I know Antonio.
We talked about it last.
Did we?
I thought it was still going on last week.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I think it ended.
Oh yeah.
Ha ha! Loser! Loser! Ha!
Seems like a long time ago. At this point,
I thought when they went up after the initial Dodger, when the Dodgers like initially tied it and they went up again, I was like, they're definitely gonna hold them off this time. Like, there's no way.
No, I did not think that. I was like, dude, you do not make 3 errors in 1 inning against the Dodgers and win the game.
Yeah.
Like, no shot.
Yeah, but I thought that they could have pulled it out.
Before that, it was like, they're gonna win this game 12-0 and have all the momentum going in the world going to LA. And Dave Roberts came out and said he was terrified of a game 6. So
once you get to game 6, you're starting. You get into like uncharted territory where like anything can happen. Like everyone always says that about game 7, but in the World Series, no one has ever even gotten to a game 6 after being down 3-0. So like you're in uncharted territory at that point. I would be scared too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like
the Yankees are there for a reason. You don't let them get hot. You know what I mean?
I blame Rizzo a little bit more than I blame Cole. Still, it's somewhat on Cole, but like one way or another, the play needs to be made.
So here's my thing: the biggest
Anthony Rizzo's so close though.
They're both
the
fat.
the one biggest, I just regret, mistake, second guess in the series in your mind is what? Because I have my answer.
Wait, what?
Like, of the whole series, what's the biggest mistake or regret or second guess that you had? Was it Judge dropping the ball? Was it the play at first base? Was it something in a previous game? Like, what was the one thing that you're like, if we did that differently, I think we could have won?
Oh, dude, game 1.
Brady and Nestor?
I don't even know about that. Like, just pitch to
whole,
Mookie, bro.
All game 1?
Pitch to Mookie.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, Mookie's great, and, like, he played good against the Yankees when he was on the Red Sox, but, I mean, dude, it just sounds so dumb to, like, walk a guy for Freddie Freeman.
That's a Freddie
who
Freeman.
was this year a better hitter and who's more of a threat to just put the ball on play and get a base hit. He didn't need to hit a grand slam.
Yeah, that's
he just needed to get a base hit.
Yeah.
So that
you were fine with Nestor being in though? That didn't bother you?
At the time I didn't hate it.
Okay.
But then I don't know.
I think mine was Aaron Judge dropping. Mine was Aaron Judge dropping the ball in the 5th inning.
I mean, yeah, but they were down 3-0.
Yeah, well, they were down 3-1.
It's
but like it.
Well, right.
At the same time, that leads to bullshit. Like, if he just touches that ball, then it's probably just a regular inning.
Because you're right. If that happens and they hold them all, they get out of that inning somehow, they have all the momentum going back to LA.
It would be 5-0 if Cole and Rizzo made the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's what started it. But
I think
I'm more mad about that than the Judge one.
I still don't understand.
I mean, the Judge is ridiculous, but
I don't know in what world Garrett Cole's not hovering first base there. I know you said Rizzo has to run to the bat. I get your point. He looked up and Garrett Cole was running towards the base.
I think 9 out of 10 times the pitcher is covering first base on that play.
Anything to the left of the pitcher, he goes to first base. That's how
he shouldn't have ran also. Like, he ran a little bit and then stopped. And that also probably screwed up Rizzo.
Why did he stop? That's what I don't. I mean, like, it's one of those things. Maybe in the heat of the moment,
he probably in the moment thought Rizzo was so close to the bag, like, oh, he's just gonna walk it over.
Oh,
because even when pitchers get tossed the ball from the first baseman, most of the time the first baseman's kind of jogging toward them anyway.
Yeah.
And to me, it just comes down to that photo where you see Rizzo fielding the ball and you see how far Mookie is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Rizzo's tubby, bro. He's gotten tubby since he's been on the Yankees.
60-40.
So
probably on blame. 60% Rizzo on that.
Actually, before I ask this, it's just so fucking ironic that we talk shit about the Dodgers every single year, how they underperform, how they're just this team that can't get it done, and then they just magically play the Yankees and they look like the best team ever. Like,
'cause it's the Yankees and they just need to shoot themselves in the foot.
Of course that happens. Like, if the Dodgers played like literally the Guardians or the Tigers, they could have easily lost. Like, it would have been like one of those where it's like, oh, the Guardians are hitting 600 in these two games for no reason.
See, the thing is like, people talked a lot of shit about Ohtani for not hitting good in the World Series, but he had a huge hit in Game 1. He had a double in the 9th inning that put him on second base, and that was a really big hit. Without that hit, they probably don't win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a good DS and he had a decent ALCS or a pretty good or NLCS, so I'm not going to sit here and shit on him.
No, it's his first year in the playoffs.
Yeah, and
it's just salty, like, stupid Yankee fans that hear about Aaron Judge getting shit on the entire playoffs and can't take it, so they have to single out Ohtani when Ohtani's batting 180 in the playoffs.
How much of a hit was this to Aaron Judge legacy or just his career as a Yankee?
I don't know. If they win a World Series, I feel like people would just kind of forget about it, and Yankee fans will just immediately forgive him. So it just I think it depends on what happens.
Fair.
If he
That's
doesn't
fair.
if he doesn't win a World Series, then he's gonna be known like Barry Bonds, like, oh, he was this insane hitter, but as soon as he got to the playoffs, he literally couldn't hit.
Yeah, I agree. If he wins a World Series in the future, no one's gonna remember this one. Like Yankees fans will remember it, but most of baseball won't remember.
No,
on the flip side, though, what is this?
I mean, Yankee fans will remember, but the Yankee fans won't care anymore.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that as if, like, you know, if he went to another team and won a World Series, I don't think it would.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, what does this do for Mookie Betts? Like, is he like a Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah,
he was probably before this, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 3 World Series, kind of insane.
3 World Series MVP.
Freddie Freeman is also a surefire. He'll finish with 3,000 hits.
Let's count how many Hall of Famers are on the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani,
Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Max Muncy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. in the walk Hall of Fame, he's probably up there. That's for damn sure. He loves a good walk.
In the looking like a baseball guy, he's in the Hall of Fame.
He is a top 10. Dude, looks like a baseball guy ever, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, Stanton is more likely than not going to get 500 home runs. He'll make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And dude, it's a shame because the amount of time that dude missed in his career, if he was healthy, even 70% or 80% of the time that he was hurt in his career, dude easily could have got 700.
He was terrifying.
Easily.
He was every time when he came up, I thought he was going to hit a home run.
Well, because it was like Judge, where you're like, no, like in the regular season where Judge goes on a tear and you're like, dude, no way he hits another home run. Then he hits another home run.
And then he does, and you're just like, how? Like, what?
That one in game 1 was crazy, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, the one that he hit at the Royals Park, just like, it was just a crushed out to left center. I was just like,
the one in Cleveland, dude, where it was a high and outside pitch and then he pulls it left center.
I mean, that's as good of a playoffs as you'll ever get out of him.
Yeah, he's always been a really good hitter for us in the playoffs, though. Even in the regular seasons where he's played like shit.
So the question's going to be asked: where's Juan Soto going? And if he's staying with you guys, how much do you think it's for?
I think he probably stays. I don't think he gets 700 like Ohtani. It might be
650.
I think 650, and I think
over how many years?
12 years.
I think the Yankees will match whatever the Mets do, and he'll probably just pick the Yankees. But also, like, dude, the Giants offered the Giants matched the Dodgers offer from Ohtani. So they're a team that's willing to spend. Because if they were willing to drop 700 last offseason, then they're willing to drop money this offseason. They tried to get Judge too.
Yeah, I know. They make no sense to me because it's like, what are we doing over there? It's like we don't really have any below or above. It's like all mid players. It's all like just baseline replacement level players. It's like, what is Juan Soto going over there going to do for them, realistically?
Yeah, for them to maybe make a wild card.
Yippee!
Sal, let's go Giants, dude.
If he doesn't
go to the Yankees,
Arson Judge to the Giants.
If he doesn't go to the Yankees, like, I would be content and I would root for him on the Giants. If he goes to the Mets, I don't hate the Mets, but fuck him if he goes to the Mets.
So if he goes to the Mets, what's plan B? What is the pivot?
I don't know who else is a free agent. Dude, I do not want Anthony Santander.
Really?
I've had enough of he's 230, 40 home runs. I've had a fucking enough of that.
Bregman? Do you want any part of Bregman?
I wouldn't hate it.
I don't know. I just didn't know if there was the easy, like, we're going to this instead for them. What if the Red Sox just come out of nowhere and sign him? Is that any sort of possibility, or am I dreaming?
They might. I mean, they could have I don't know about him, but they could definitely have a big offseason and try and make some moves because they definitely have a good young core now, and they can 100% be a playoff team next year.
The only thing that sucks is if they sign him, they have Casas, Devers, and then Soto. So it'd be 3 lefties and like 4 or 5 batters. But you also just want good players too. So I guess that doesn't matter. But
wow, Paul Goldschmidt's a free agent.
he was awful this year. He looked like a fucking minor league hitter.
Wow, Justin Turner.
I don't know. Just maybe there was some sort of easy pivot. But
I mean, dude, apparently they're not bringing back Gleyber, and I was saying for 2 years, get rid of this guy, and now it's like I'm really conflicted on it because as soon as they put him in the leadoff spot, he became a 300 hitter, and his whole hitting approach changed, and he Judge did not hit in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, and he did. So a combination of Gleyber hitting really good, getting on base, and Stanton hitting, like, makes up for Judge.
yeah.
So who knows if they get to the World Series without Gleyber?
So I saw some random highlight of the Rockies.
I could see him taking less money to stay with I could see him wanting to stay on the Yankees, but also I could see him on the Padres.
Soto?
Yeah, no, Gleyber.
Oh, I was like, what? I was confused. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Fuck Gleyber. What is like? I saw some random highlight of the Red Sox Rockies World Series, and there's this lefty hitter on the Rockies, and his name was Matsui, and I was like, Hideki Matsui was not on the Rockies. Like, what the fuck is going on? But they had like Seiya Matsui. I don't know if they were related or not.
It's a very forgettable World Series.
No, I was just like, it was one of those mind fucks where I was like, there was no shot Hideki Matsui was on the Rockies. I know.
Very forgettable Rockies team, and
I mean, they were
forgettable World Series.
They were horrible the year before, and they were horrible the year after. But I just thought that was funny. I don't know what made me think of that.
What a weird year.
All right, we can get off our baseball soapbox. Sorry, Nolan.
No, it's all right. I like when you guys go crazy on baseball.
Antonio likes when we go crazy on baseball.
Yeah, there's not really.
You like it. You like it too.
Free agent talent.
Oh, I'm like a semi-old man, but I hide it way better than you. Like, that's the
yeah,
thing.
you hide the allegations very well.
I use the just for men. He's just straight gray. Like that's just how it goes. Like.
Oh.
All right. Go
Blake
to
Snell. They're gonna sign Blake Snell.
I kind of hate that for you guys. I feel like you would be bad there.
I don't really like him in New York either. That makes me nervous.
There's some guys that just feel like they don't belong in New York, and I feel like he's like one of those guys that might be like kind of maybe not the best there. I don't know.
It's tough. Randy Johnson was not good in New York.
No.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, now we're done. Now we're actually done.
All right, Week 10, NFL.
Week 10. Is now the part where we like start getting sad that it's coming to an end, or do we still have like 3 more weeks before
No,
that?
I think we still have like 3 more weeks. I mean,
just like
we have 8 more weeks. I mean, we're
2 months.
It's not Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah, I just Thanksgiving is kind of like it's starting to slow down type of.
For me, when Christmas comes is when I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, we're like it's almost like that time. But then
you ended up winning. You won fantasy, right?
Yeah, pulled that one out. It's very rare where I'm like, I need DeAndre Hopkins to get 30 fantasy points, and then it actually happens. That's very rare.
Me and Nolan have probably watched 60, 70 primetime games since this podcast started, playing fantasy football together, and he's needed like one thing to happen in fantasy football, and I can say out of 70 times, maybe like 5 times it's actually happened. And Monday night was one of them where he needed DeAndre Hopkins to have like 30, and you were playing Rashad
White, yeah, not Zamir
and he
White.
needed Rashad White like not to do anything on like the last drive, and he just somehow didn't. Like I was like, wow, that's crazy.
When they got to the goal line, and I was like,
oh you were shitting.
No, dude, because he threw to who was it? Was it Shepard maybe? He threw to somebody, and they were down at the 1, and I was like, no, this is where I get wrecked.
Yeah,
because I was up by like 3. I was up by like 3 points, and I was like, no, this is where I get wrecked.
Well, the other thing too, and I'm pretty sure we said it at the time. I don't know why you're not going for 2 there.
I know. I would have went for 1,000%. I mean, like,
what do you got to lose? I guess
against
there
the
was like
Chiefs.
20. I guess there was like 25 seconds left, and they had all their timeouts. So maybe it's not the best move. But at the same time, it's like I'd rather try to be up one with 25 seconds left than hope I get the toss and then go all the way down and score a touchdown again. Like that.
Yeah, because I mean, well, for the same reason you're saying about the 3 timeouts, they could tie it and then lose. Like it's, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think I'd much rather go for 2 there, especially against a team you've driven all the way down. Their defense is tired. They're 7-0. Like, come on, let's get them a loss here. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if they were confident, seeing as like it took them 2 downs to even score. So maybe they just weren't confident at that point. But I don't know. I think you just got to have the balls to go for it. A lot of coaches would have had the balls to go for it, especially against the Chiefs, knowing the possibility of them scoring on the first possession is very high.
I'm not like a Todd Bowles guy, and I'm not a Todd Bowles guy, but he just seems very conservative. Like he would not want to make a move like that. That just seems par for the course for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's like head coach material.
He's been good. Like last year, he's pretty good. This year, he's been pretty good. Like he's not my favorite, I'll say that, but I don't think he's a bad head coach either.
I think he's way better as a defensive coordinator than he is a head coach.
Yeah, he's a very overqualified defensive coordinator. But yeah, I agree with you.
It's where like he's better. He's better than taking a risk at like a new head coach to where things can go like really bad.
Yeah,
but it's also like
you look at some of the other coaches, like Brian Dable's going for 2 there, 1,000%.
Yeah,
like some of these other coaches definitely have the balls to do it. You know what I mean? Like I think John Harbaugh would have went for it. Like anybody would have went for it.
As soon as the ball crossed the end zone, Dan Campbell would have already had the 2-point play
Dan Campbell has the 2-point play going into the game, thinking that might be a possibility.
He's a cokehead, bro.
He's awesome, dude.
He loves the 4th down, bro. It's 4th and 5 at the end of the first quarter, and I'm like, they're kicking a field goal. It was 4th and goal at the 5. I'm like, they're kicking a field goal. No way they go for this. And they come out and they're about to run a play, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And then they end up drawing Green Bay off sides, and then it's 4th and 2, and they end up scoring a touchdown. It's like, I don't know if it was the rep. I don't know what. Like them drawing them off sides obviously worked out great. It's just one of those things where I sit there and I'm like, how do you have the balls to go for this? Like, how are you just sitting there like, yep, 4th and 5, doesn't matter. Like he doesn't think.
Yeah,
like, it's just instinctual. It's just go. It's go every time.
In a lot of ways, like that's kind of what you want. Like you want a coach that's good with his instincts rather than just like listening to the analytics all the time. Yeah. You got to find that balance between listening to the analytics and going with your gut. And I think he does a little bit more of going with the gut, and I think it definitely has bit him in the ass before, but he's a good coach. He understands football. He's a player's coach. They want to fight for him. He wants to fight for them. When you have that sort of situation, you have to go with your instincts more than anything else. And you just have to trust your team. Like they're 7-1. Like they're a really good football team, and he knows how good their offense is, and he has trust in them. So, and then if they don't get it, he has trust in his defense. So, All
right, let me ask this question before we go on to the next week. If I had to say, gun to your head, Lions make the Super Bowl or Chiefs make the Super Bowl, which one is more likely?
Lions.
Both you said Lions?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked that you both said that. Actually,
my mid-season prediction would probably be Lions and Ravens.
Ravens look real good. Yeah.
I just think both of those teams are like the same thing.
I would definitely agree with you. It's just hard when you have Mahomes and the refs on your side. Like that's
it's definitely tough, but the eye test is telling me they're not doing it.
If Baltimore has to go through Kansas City in the playoffs, they will lose to Kansas City every time. If they get a path where they don't have to play Kansas City and Kansas City happens to lose earlier, then
and I guarantee you at the end of the year
we're gonna have a shot.
We're gonna be looking at that loss against the Browns going, how did they lose that game?
Yeah.
That was a game that they need to fucking win.
If if the Bills lose to the Chiefs in 2 weeks and they play them again in the playoffs, I'm hammering the Bills. What is that face for?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, I thought you were.
Oh yeah, we were right about the Chiefs are definitely gonna be undefeated until they play the Bills.
Yeah, well,
1000%.
I'm picking them to beat the Broncos to beat them this week, but
Oh yeah, we have a different.
Just put the
reason
play
for that.
card over your face. I'm picking them to go to the Super Bowl. All right, let's get to
let's pick some fucking games. Let's get some winners in here.
I will say
pick 3 last week. Good, bad.
You two went 2-1. I went 1-2. So yeah, pretty decent. Not so great on my part.
We shared our winners, right?
I had Jets and
you guys did. The only pick you guys both had was Rams plus 1.5.
Good boy. Good job.
All right. So some good.
And I was an idiot dumbass that took the Browns. Like,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that's you though.
I had to.
We have some really good primetime games this week, and it starts this Thursday.
Yeah.
We got Bengals at Ravens.
New purple uniform. New purple uniform.
Ravens minus 6.5. Over under 43.5. What do we think?
You know who I'm picking, motherfucker.
You know who I'm picking too, and Nolan's picking the same. Me and Nolan already had this conversation earlier this week. We're all gonna be all over them.
They're going to the AFC Championship again in my mind.
It's kind of disgusting though, because it's like they could get their ass handed to them too.
1,000,000%.
Oh yeah. I mean,
obviously we're taking the Bengals in case anyone doesn't realize. But
they went away from 500.
Yeah, no, I mean, they win this game. It's like they're right back in the playoff picture. Like it's like.
Oh, they win this game, they're winning out.
They could. I actually looked today at their AFC odds. They're still at 14-1. They're holding steady. To win the AFC, not the Super Bowl, to win the AFC.
I might bet that.
I don't think it's a horrible bet right now.
I might put
$400
on that.
Win like 10 grand.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, I mean, in true UnderDog sports podcast fashion, we all agree on Thursday night. And
yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's actually 6 grand. My math's terrible. But yeah, Bengals plus 6.5. And Bengals money line.
Oh, that's bad value.
Bengals money line. I feel like this might be an under if we're taking the Bengals, do you think? Or no? Like this might be like a more competitive type game?
The Bengals can't stop that.
No, dude.
It has to go over, I think.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm up for that.
It's gotten steamed up a touchdown. It started at 46.5. I think it's at, what is it, 53?
It's 53.5 on FanDuel right now.
Holy fuck, 53.5?
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I've seen a total that high.
That's a high one for this year for sure, yeah.
That I'm really trying to think that has to be the highest total this year. Can you think of another one?
I'm sure. I think there were probably some that were 53.5, but I don't know if there were any over 53.5.
Week 1, it was Rams Lions, and I think it was 52.5. But I don't really think I've seen a 53.5.
I don't know. Is that something I can look up?
Yeah, just Google.
I've definitely seen like 51 the last couple weeks.
53.5 is a lot of fucking points.
This is giving me win totals.
Dallas and Atlanta was 52 last week.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been like within a point, but I feel like this is the highest total.
Probably.
Which leads me. This is like a 6.5 over going to 7 in hockey. No, I'm like this. You gotta take this over. I think.
Hey, I'm always for an over. The appetite is huge for an over at all times, and I love it on a primetime game for sure.
And some sharp purple, maybe orange jerseys or white, all whites.
Will they do the whites? If they do the whites and the purple,
yeah. Then we're talking a fast-paced game for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I did a fill in the blank. Derrick Henry is blank to score a touchdown this week, odds wise?
He's probably minus 500 to score a touchdown this week.
Minus 310 the last time I
Wow.
checked. That's fucking ridiculous.
Let's see if it's updated.
I think 2 touchdowns was plus 150. Like he has to score twice, and you only get 1.5 to 1.
Oh,
does
Sal,
FanDuel
you
not
know what
have
was
it
a
yet,
higher
or-
point total this year, and it makes total sense. And
Hold on, I want to guess.
it was a blowout, and it hit.
Ravens. Someone I don't know who.
Cowboys Lions, 53.5.
Wow. Okay.
Detroit won 47-9.
Wow.
So the over hit.
That's just imagine betting the under in that
How
game.
good is
once
that?
It scores 9. Oh, that's awful.
Wow,
That's crazy.
FanDuel has Derrick Henry anytime minus 280.
All right, down a little bit. That's why you use FanDuel. You got the best odds, right, Nolan?
Yeah, 1000%. All right. Oop, I just lost it. Where are we at? NFL.
Week 10, NFL, the UnderDog Sports
All right.
Podcast.
So we are going overseas again for a Germany game this time. This is the worst thing we've done to Germany since I think the Treaty of Versailles.
Whoa. The Treaty of Versailles.
This is a New York Giants, Carolina Panthers in Germany. New York Giants are minus 6.5, over under 40.5. That's a big spread for a shitty team.
It's a big spread for two shitty teams way out there too.
Everything in my body wants to say Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers won this game, so I'm taking the Giants to kick their ass.
Giants do good overseas.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
In London, though?
They beat the Packers in 2022 overseas. I've seen them beat the Rams twice in England in the last 10 years. So,
all right, that's 3 examples.
Pretty well.
Fair.
Damn, he came with the receipts.
You did.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the Giants. This game.
Who gives a shit? I'm not waking up for that.
I will not watch this football game. That is for sure. All right. The New England Patriots.
Now to the real football.
Not yet. Now the New England Patriots to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are minus 6.5, over under 38.5.
Drake May with the second best play of the weekend with that 10-second scramble in the pocket, finding Ramondre, and then throwing a 60-yard interception to end the game, which killed me. But I still want them losing. I don't want them to. I don't want them to. Really
yeah, and I did look, and they were blaming Kendrick Bourne on that one because he fell down, and he was supposed to. The safety was supposed to take him going on the right side of the field.
Gotcha.
And he fell, so then Drake May threw it on the left side. It happened simultaneously. He fell, so then the safety saw it, went to the right, and caught the. But either way, I mean, they probably should have went for 2 at the end of that game.
I agree with that too. But, well, it's Gerard Mayo. He's as incompetent of a head coach as there is in the NFL at this point. So,
jeez.
Yeah, he's not great.
I hate him, Antonio. I hate him.
Wow, is Bill coming back next year?
I want
Mike McCarthy.
No way.
I do not want Mike McCarthy. Holy shit.
That's so funny.
That was crazy. That was actually.
Are you serious? That's a joke, right?
No, I don't.
Wow, Mike Zimmer.
Ew, gee, I hate him even more.
Ew. I want Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, Brandon Staley.
I wouldn't mind Cliff Kingsbury, and he was actually a Patriots quarterback, believe it or not, at one point. So I actually like that.
I mean, I was not for the Gerard Mayo signing to begin with, so.
Mike Vrabel was who I was thinking of. I wouldn't.
That's who we want. I would have rather had him. I would have rather have someone that's completely new, that is not a part of the whole Patriots thing.
Yeah.
But if we were gonna go down that route and have a Patriots alum take over,
it would have been better. Yeah,
way better. Mayo. Mike Vrabel is way better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's still not too late. They could get rid of Gerard Mayo and get Mike Vrabel.
I've seen enough. I want him down after the season. I think one season's fine.
I still don't think it's gonna happen though.
I saw odds for the next coach fired, and it was Dougie Peterson -150, and then Mayo was like 3-1 was the next one. So maybe at the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but
That's got to be a big gap between Mayo and.
I'm still sticking to my guns that it doesn't matter what they do this year. He's not getting fired.
Fair. I don't think at this point. I don't think. I mean,
if they come out and go like 0-4, 0-5 next year, I think he gets fired in the middle of the year next year.
Yeah, I just don't want him back next year.
That wouldn't be great either, but like, you know, I would take.
The Bears are also cooked after that Hail Mary.
Yeah, definitely. That is just a gut punch, dude.
Like last week they like didn't show up. Like last week they did not care about that Arizona game.
I mean, they're about to be what, 5-3 versus 5-2.
Yeah,
they're 4-4 right now.
And they're 4-4. I mean, that's just a huge swing. That was such a huge gut punch.
I'm taking.
They've lost 2 winnable games.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears only because I love taking the Bears at home. I feel like they play so much better at home, and their defense is like 10 times better at home. So I'll take the Bears here. I love my Patriots, but I just don't think this is the best spot for them. After an overtime game, Bears kind of gave a half-assed effort last week, so maybe they show up and really come out and try to kick some ass. So I'd up Bears.
I will be curious to see how Drake May does against like a really, really good defense in the Bears. I do think the Bears probably win this game.
I could see the numbers 1 and 2 pick having both shitty games this game.
Could be, but the Patriots defense has struggled. I don't know they don't have it this year.
No.
And I don't know what happened there. Probably is like a lot of Bill leaving is probably a lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like the defensive guy, so like I don't know. I would like to see them get like a Kellen Moore or something.
You love Kellen
you love
Moore.
him.
He's good, man. We need an offensive. We need more of an offensive mind.
Dude, they should have got Dan Quinn.
Honestly, no.
That's a defensive mind.
Cliff Kingsbury was a good shout. I actually liked that.
I think it's worth
out of
looking into. I mean, he's back in and he was in college, so like now he's definitely going to be looking for an NFL spot.
Chip Kelly?
Nah, get me Dion. Fire Gerard, get Dion and Travis Hunter over there.
That's rough.
I bet he doesn't.
I'm for Travis Hunter. I'm not for Deion Sanders, bro.
Nah, he would be bad in the NFL most likely.
He can barely handle his college team, man.
They've been playing well lately.
I mean, yeah, whatever. I think it's mostly hype when it comes to that sort of situation.
Fair.
But they do have some talent. I will not deny that they don't have talent because Sanders and Travis Hunter are both very good.
Well, if they went out, they're in the playoff. So
yeah, and Travis Hunter has had Heisman conversations around him. So
him and Genty.
I think he's probably fallen off a bit, right, in terms of like the Heisman.
It's got to be Genty at this point, but I also haven't looked.
It's Genty, and then who's the other guy?
Probably Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, yeah, Florida.
Yeah, or Miami, but yeah,
Miami, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So who are you guys taking? I took the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to take the Patriots, but it's just a bad pick. I'm going Bears.
Wow, we're triple agreement to start. That's not wonderful.
Yeah, but those first 2 games don't count. First game doesn't count because it's a Thursday. Second game is like not even a game.
It's like international, so
this one's like barely a game. And then this is where we start. This is where the football starts. Buffalo at Indy. Buffalo's minus 3.5 on the road. Over under 47.5.
Do we know if we're getting Anthony Richardson?
I don't know. I think that they kind of said that it's going to be Flacco moving forward.
Oh yeah.
I think that was what the coach said, right?
I'm taking the Bills here.
Yeah, I mean that's a smart pick.
So
if it's Richardson, you try to talk to me into the Colts, but I don't want to take the Colts with Flacco here.
I don't think he's coming back in. I think they're going to stick with Flacco for the rest of the year.
I'm all set. Give me the Bills.
Bills might boot him. So we're all gonna agree on the first 3 games.
Seems too short though, does it not? I know I say this a lot, but it seems too short.
What do you mean?
I don't really
the
care.
points?
I mean,
I think
Should not be like
the Colts.
five.
I know Indy's like competitive, but I feel like this is just a game where the Bills win by a lot.
I don't know, and I think the Colts typically do better at home. Also, I don't know if that influences the line at all. But
what do I say about Colts home games? I said this like 3 weeks ago on the podcast. I'm like, it doesn't matter who they play every week. It's like a 1 or a 2 point favorite. Like either way, like 3.5 is a little bit more than normal, but like I feel like if they play at Indy, it's like -1 for one team or -2 for one team.
I feel like the 07 Patriots could go in there and it'd still be like a 3-point.
Yeah, it'd be like
spread.
-4 Patriots against the Colts.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bill. I might be falling into the trap, but I just feel like you gotta take the Bills here.
I mean, I don't know. The 76% of the money is on the Buffalo spread.
Yeah.
The Colts are 7-2 against the spread.
That makes me like the Bills even more.
All right. I'm trying to talk him out of it, but I can't do it.
Wait, do you like the Colts, Nolan?
No, I just like to play games with Sal and like try to get him to change his mind.
Yeah, no one likes to like throw the like carrot on a stick out and see if he'll like grab it sometimes.
I do.
The money's the first trick.
I got caught red-handed. The first one was the Colts usually are pretty good at home, and then the second one was 76% of the money's on the Bills. That's usually the one that hooks him.
You gotta find new tricks. You gotta throw me off guard sometimes.
76 isn't enough.
If you said 86, then I would have been like, okay, maybe I'm switching.
84% of the bets on this are on the Buffalo spread.
All right, I'm kidding.
All right, next game, Minnesota.
Wait, what are you taking?
I said Buffalo.
He took the Bills.
Okay, good.
Minnesota.
Wait, Antonio, who are you taking?
Jimmy John's subs and sandwiches.
Okay, Minnesota Vikings at Jacksonville. Minnesota's -4.5 on the road. Over under 45.5.
Oh, this game is stupid, bro.
This has to be a Vikings dog game, does it not?
I don't know if it has to be, but it probably is.
What are the Jaguars fighting for?
I mean nothing, but they have been.
Why they've
been kind of like
their last couple
playing.
Games.
They have been playing a little bit better than they did in the start.
They have been. I agree, but this is just one where it's like Minnesota kind of got their groove back last week.
I think I'm with you, Sal.
This is just
4.5 is not enough.
This is just a defense just swarms Trevor Lawrence. Like this could be like 27-3, 24-3. I don't see. I might live to eat this. I don't see this game having more than like 33, 36 points. And a lot of those are the Vikings. I like the under and I like the Vikings a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's either that or either both teams are scoring 26
at
points.
will. Yeah.
I don't know if their defense would give up that much to the Jaguars.
I was gonna say I mean, yeah, they've played well the last couple of weeks, but they're really not like that this year.
The Vikings probably have like a top 5 defense, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay. So we agree on the. I'm gonna count this as the second game. We agree on the second game. All right. This one, we might have some disagreements. The Denver Broncos head to Kansas City. Denver is +8.5 on the road. Over under 41.5. Do the Chiefs stay undefeated, Sal?
Chiefs lose here.
Yes, dude. Yes.
This is the Make America Great pick of the week.
This is the MAGA, the MAGA pick.
The MAGA
pick. Pat's a big Trump boy.
What if Trump went to the game though?
Then Mahomes would have 5 touchdowns, but Travis Kelce would get abducted by aliens on the field.
I think if Trump like showed up at the game, I think the Broncos win this by like 25 points.
Wow.
24 points.
Yo. The 2026 World Cup, Trump's gonna hand the winner the trophy, bro.
That's gonna be
Is it
so.
gonna be Ronaldo?
It's gonna be
It's
so
Ronaldo.
trolly.
As fuck.
It's
No,
gonna be
it's
so
not.
trolly.
Is he even gonna play? Is he even gonna be in the national team at that point?
I can promise you, if he's still playing, he'll try to be in the national team.
He'll probably be like on the
Especially
bench.
if it's the USA, dude.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we're gonna bring it on.
Because I didn't think Messi would be there, but Messi might be there.
I think he will be.
Early 2026 World Cup pick. Go.
I don't know. The US of A, baby.
Spain, they're just gonna go on another run, dude.
Spain could. Spain is nice and young and.
They're just gonna do what they did when they won the Euros in 08. They're gonna go and win the World Cup.
I'm not allowed to pick England because I picked England during the Euros, and Antonio texted in the group chat, "You're a fucking idiot, man! I can't believe you would pick them."
You are an idiot.
Didn't you also win? Didn't you also do that for the World Cup too? I feel like every tournament you're like England.
No, he was hard on France. He was hard on France for the.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
For like 2 years prior, I was hard on France, but then I went England.
I will give Sal credit. I think like 2 years before the World Cup, he called France winning, the one that they won.
Oh yeah, dude, everybody was betting France before they were. I feel like everybody just knew.
France were heavy favorites going in, but I do give Sal credit. It was like 2 years before.
I feel like everyone was betting Argentina last time.
I bet Argentina last time.
The one that France won, the one in Russia, everybody was betting.
Yeah, no, I felt like 2022, everyone was on fucking Argentina.
Yeah, they were.
And then how hard did we want like Croatia to win though? Like how good would have the Croatian upset been?
Antonio loves Croatia.
I loved them, dude. I love them.
Luka Modric.
In 2016, dude, I remember watching them in the Euros, and I was like, dude, this team is really fun. I like these guys.
When Iceland was making that run too.
Oh, that was awesome. They beat England, Joe Hart.
Who realistically can fucking Josh Hart? Who realistically can beat or win the World Cup?
Spain.
Argentina again, Spain.
Germany.
I'll say England. I know you don't want to hear that, but England, Germany.
I mean, England always can, but I don't know if they will.
France. I feel like there's like 5 teams that could win it.
As long as Kylian Mbappe's in the mix.
Is Brazil a joke at this point? Like, are they the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I don't see them winning the World Cup. Like, they're a good team, but to win 4 straight knockout stage games, it's hard for them.
What about Curacao?
Yeah, they're really good.
Trinidad and Tobago's winning the next World Cup.
All right, done to my head. You asked me for my pick for the next World Cup.
The Denver Broncos.
Denmark.
I'm taking England.
Of course you are.
I'm doing it again.
So lame. You'll change
I'm taking Italy, baby.
Ooh, okay.
Italia.
Yeah, I mean they
kind of disappointed.
They missed a tournament or win, so.
Yeah, they disappointed in the last Euros and then didn't make the World Cup. I think if they made that World Cup, they would have probably gone far in that World Cup. They
they won the last Euros? Oh, you mean never mind.
The Euros that just happened.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with Nolan because the championship game is gonna be at MetLife in New Jersey, and there's not gonna be a single
all those New Jersey wops are gonna be there.
It's just all gonna be Americans rooting for Italy.
The craziest thing is the final being at MetLife, bro. Why is it at MetLife? We have so much more to offer.
Stadium.
Let's go, dude. What is the U.S. to win it? I need to see this.
Oh, probably like
50-1.
Probably more, maybe 80.
They're on home soil. I feel like they won't make it crazy.
I mean, but they don't. I mean, like they still have a lot of ground to make up. They just hired a new coach.
U.S. 30-1.
Dude, it's not high enough.
They're not winning. Maybe semifinals.
All right,
if they made it to the semifinals, I would be hype. But I think that is their absolute top.
Who has a better chance of winning? We'll ask a couple of these. U.S. or Belgium?
That's a tough one. That was the toughest one you could have said, like in the beginning. I mean, Belgium has not been great.
Just gross, dude.
But the U.S. could lose to any team. That's the thing about the U.S. Yeah. The U.S. can lose to anybody at any time. Whereas
but then they can also beat anyone at any time.
But we haven't seen that though. Like
But,
we haven't
Belgium's
seen
not
them
gonna lose to like
get a.
Tunisia in the group stage. You know,
We haven't seen them get like a giant upset. I mean, other than like Mexico, but like we haven't seen them get that like giant upset yet. Like them winning against Ghana in 2014 was huge. They tied Portugal and everyone was hype. Remember that?
Yeah.
they love drawing against England.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I think it's tough.
U.S. or Croatia?
Croatia would definitely.
Wow, Croatia's 50-1. U.S. is 30-1.
I was gonna say, dude, Croatia's like Modric probably ain't gonna be on the team even, but he'd be old as fuck
No,
anyway.
I don't.
Like,
I think
they're like gold generation just kind of went out.
I think he said after the Euros that was his last time playing for Croatia.
I believe it.
I don't know. It's definitely it's definitely going to be tough because there's going to be a lot of like newer, younger squads that go in. Spain is obviously the heavy favorite. But like, what is Spain right now? So to win,
there's 3 teams tied for the best odds. It's France, Spain, and Brazil all at 6-1.
Yeah, I mean,
and then England 6.5-1 because they're like, yeah, they can't win out, so we're not even gonna make them the co-favorite.
I think it'd be even tough for the U.S. to even get out of the group stage if they don't. I mean, I think that they will just because it's U.S. soil, but after that, it's going to be tough. It's just like when they played the Netherlands. Like, you saw what happened when they were like, holy shit, they made it past the group stage, and then they get shit on by the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Like, even though they kind of made that game competitive at the end, like, Netherlands had control of that game all the way.
The home field advantage is massive. I'm saying that now, though.
Wasn't that a morning game? Because didn't we go to your house to watch that?
Yeah, it was like 10:30.
Dude, we were so excited. We were so. I remember I was so hyped to like get up early and go over there, and then.
Yeah, I think
they kind of got farted on in that game.
They did, yeah. I mean, they made it close, but I mean that's what happens sometimes in football games.
Dude. All right, back to real football.
Back to the real football. Did we all pick in this game? I picked Denver plus 8.5.
Denver money lines. What's the points?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm going Denver. Denver points.
All right, so we agree again. Why don't we just agree on every single game and see what happens? All right, the Atlanta Falcons head to New Orleans. The Falcons are minus 3.5, over under 46.5.
Yeah, I like the Saints because their coach got fired. Whoop-de-doo.
Dennis Allen finally got the boot. I think it was deserved. He said he's been pretty bad.
I'm really
surprised he lasted this long.
Actually, yeah, no, he's horrible.
I was gonna say, dude, Kirk is due for like just a stupid fuck up game.
Yeah,
against a team that they should beat.
And
I'm so in for that.
I think the Saints win, but if you're giving me 3.5 at home, I'll gladly take that. So Saints plus 3.5. Thank you very much.
I agree.
All right, so we don't agree because I have Falcons minus 3.5.
Wow. Boo.
I think the Falcons should win this game, and they should cover this 3.5. Saints are really bad. They suck.
Is that your breathalyzer?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Was that the pen?
It's a water bottle.
Oh.
It's my e-bottle.
The fuck does that mean? All right, next game. San Francisco 49ers head to Tampa Bay. 49ers are minus 5.5 on the road, over under 50.5.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
I think that's a crazy spread, is it not? Based on how San Fran has kind of played.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're covering.
My initial thought when you said the spread was San Fran. I will say that.
But I don't want to pick them.
I don't know. Their defense is basically fully healthy, and they're getting McCaffrey back this week. Maybe it's time to buy low on them, but
I really don't want. I really want to pick the Bucks here. Plus, they're like, I really want them to stay in the playoff mix too. But
I'm taking whoever Antonio's taking.
I'm taking them. I'm taking the Niners.
I'm taking the Niners.
All right, I'm taking the Bucks, dude.
Good.
I think the Bucks spoil the McCaffrey welcome home train.
I hope so, bro.
I think the line is exaggerated a little bit because of McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Jesus, is Brock Purdy a horrible quarterback?
Brock Purdy's not great.
Bad.
He's not great, but I think having McCaffrey back will help. But I think it is exaggerated.
Numbers.
I think the Niners I feel like might win by like 3, or the Bucks win this game because the Bucks played good against the Chiefs.
All right, realistic hypothetical question: Chiefs go 15-2, and Mahomes has 23 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. Like literally, that's his touchdown interception. Is he winning the MVP?
Fuck no.
I mean, he's gonna be probably up there in terms of like odds, but I don't think he will.
All right.
If that's his stat,
Just
if that's
curious.
his like stat line.
The way he's pacing, it's not far away from that.
Because I know sometimes we shit on the way that they do the awards, but like I think they really do focus on individual rather than like the team sometimes. And I think that they would look at it and say he doesn't deserve it the way he's played this year.
Yeah.
He's thrown way too many interceptions. I thought he was going to be out for the year last week when we saw that injury that he had. Like he kind of like popped
for
his
a little
knee.
bit. Yeah. He looked fucked.
I thought that was like MCL pop. Like I thought that was like he was done.
Yeah.
But obviously he's so dramatic too, and then he comes back the next series. Like, come on. I hate him, bro. And then of course they come back and win in overtime. Like, fuck you. I am just so sick of them. It's insane.
No,
and
they're
like
the worst.
the narrative each week gets worse and worse about how the refs are just on their side. Like they're nitpicking every call in any Chiefs game that happens, especially a primetime game.
Ooh, man.
All right, next game. The Pittsburgh Steelers head to D.C. to take on the Commanders. Commanders are minus 2.5 at home, over under 45.5.
I like this game.
This should be a decent game. Russell Wilson's played well.
This is a weird game to me.
What'd you say?
What?
This is just a weird game to me.
Is Dan Quinn just like a worse version of Mike Tomlin?
I mean, this year would suggest that he's better. I don't know.
Well, how so?
Because they're 7-2 with a rookie quarterback and a brand new coaching staff.
Okay,
and Austin Eckler.
Pittsburgh is 6-2, and fucking Justin Fields played 5 of those games.
So I just got a vision, and the Steelers are my lock of the week.
Did you just have a That's So Raven moment?
Yeah, no, I swear to God, I never take the Steelers either. And I know for a fact they're winning this game.
Sal had a brain blast.
No, I was like trying to vision this game. Like this is just a game where the Steelers defense sits on Jaden Daniels. Like
Steel City.
This is the biggest under you've ever seen. This is Steelers money line and under. It's free money.
Iron City, baby.
Yeah. Steelers all day. They're in my pick 3. I don't care if I spoiled it.
I'm taking the Commanders minus 2.5.
Good luck.
I really like how they've played. I thought like you would say that this is like an over. I feel like this might be an over.
This is 17-7 Steelers.
They're against the spread record. Both of these teams they're against the spread record matches their actual record.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the Commanders. I like how they've played. They're my dark horse right now in terms of like maybe going to the Super Bowl.
With Lattimore and everything, it's kind of they're kind of.
They made that move at the deadline, and now they added a little extra piece. Like, come on, man. They've been really consistent. I know, like, they shouldn't have won that game against Chicago, but it made me think it even more after that Hail Mary because I'm like, oh, they have destiny on their side too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do shit like that if you're not about to make a run.
I'm not gonna lie. The more I think about this game, the more I love the Steelers. Like it's just intriguing every second.
All right. So now for like 3 games in a row, I have been on the Lonely Island. Someone's got to join me here. All right, the Tennessee Titans head to the Chargers to take on the Chargers. I don't know why I said that.
We'll have
minus
disagreements on this
7.5 for the Chargers. Over under 38.5.
This game stinks.
This game does stink. Give me the Chargers.
I don't think I picked Tennessee once this year, and I'm not gonna. I'm taking the Chargers. It's a big spread though for the Chargers. I think
it is a big spread.
My moral compass will not allow me to take Mason Rudolph in any sort of game. So
yeah, fuck that.
Chargers.
Okay, so we're back to agreeing. I like that. All right, this game. I'm curious to see what Sal does in this game. The New York Jets head to Arizona. Arizona's plus 1.5 at home. Over under 45.5. Sal. This is
I'll lead off. This is like
you're at a fork in the road.
This is like both your kids come up to you and ask which one's your favorite, and you have to answer. Like they're just like they have a gun and they're making you answer.
They have a gun.
I want to take the Jets here. I really do, and I don't know what the next words to come out of my mouth are gonna be. He does play well against the Cardinals. He really does. I feel like his record has to be like 5-3 against the Cardinals. 5-2.
I mean, dude, he also loves losing like really close, high-scoring playoff games against the Cardinals.
That's true.
Where he throws Hail Marys at the end.
So maybe this is an over and a Cardinals victory. Is that the script, Antonio?
I was kind of leaning Jets, man.
Are we gonna keep falling into this trap?
I can't. You're right. I can't do it.
I'm asking a serious question because I really need to think. Are we falling into the same trap again, or are they actually a decent team? I've watched a lot of Jets football this year, and it really should be scenario one. But maybe everything clicked right, and it's their week. I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers is.
I'm taking the Cardinals. I need to see them do it one more week before I can pick them.
I don't know how reliable this website is, but this is all I could find. Aaron Rodgers is 3-2 versus the Cardinals.
3-2. All right, not as good as I thought.
He's only played them 5 times, so. And he's never played them obviously on the Jets, so.
Cardinals.
How do I pick the Jets right now wearing a Cardinals red shirt? Like that's the thing.
Is it a Cardinals shirt?
No, but like it's
Sal has a Cardinals shirt, right?
I have a
Josh Rosen jersey.
Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
The GOAT. He's the GOAT Arizona Cardinal, best player in franchise history. You know what? Based on Josh Rosen and the red shirt, I'm going Arizona here.
I'm also gonna take Arizona here.
I thought you were ready for the reversal. I was waiting for it.
No, I don't know. I think this will be like a really close game. Obviously, the spread says it will be close, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like these teams are kind of similar in their makeup, other than the fact that like Kyler Murray's way more mobile and young and all that good stuff. But I feel like in their makeup, they kind of have the same sort of DNA. And I don't know. I don't know. I think the Cardinals have the edge at home.
No, that's very good analysis because I completely agree with that.
Right? They kind of have the same sort of like pedigree a little bit. I mean, the Jets probably edge in defense and like running backs, but I don't know. All right, Antonio picked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is.
Wait, hold on, because Sal's laughing at that. Sal, when I went to JR's last weekend to help him stain his floor, he was like, not to make it sound rude, but basically what you're going to be doing is edging while I stain the floor.
What the fuck?
And it literally just getting the edges like of the floor while he does the roller and I do the paintbrush.
In the group chat,
edging is crazy.
In the group chat, Jared's like, Alan, can you stop by and like help me with the floors? And Alan's like, sure, whatever. And then it came like the time to help him, and he's like, Alan, can you help me with the floors? And Alan just doesn't answer, bro. Like, Jared sent like 5 texts. He's like, are you alive?
No, Alan's supposed to give Antonio a ride to work tomorrow, and we're trying to guess like what the percentage was that Antonio's gonna be late, or that Alan's gonna forget to pick him.
97%.
He was like, and I start earlier than him in my department, and I said, if I'm there by 7, I'm happy. That's fine. I could be, like, I can get there at 7 and say I got there at 6:30. But he's like, no, dude. Honestly, I wanted to go in early tomorrow anyway. It's like, yeah, right, dude.
You're gonna be late, and he's gonna stop at Dunkin' for a $6 meal deal. I can
No, I
promise you
told
that right now.
I told him I'd buy him Dunkin' for bringing me to work.
Wow, what a nice run.
That's a nice guy right there.
What's wrong with your car?
Oh, it had a bad alternator. It'll be ready tomorrow.
Damn. I'll pray for it tonight.
All right. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles are -7 on the road, over under 42.5.
Dallas
No Dak
Cowboys.
Prescott, right?
No Dak Prescott.
Let me see.
It's so easy to take the Eagles here that I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Cowboys too.
Is this
Cooper
one of those
Rush, baby?
I
Let's
was gonna
go.
say Cooper Rush plays good every time he's gonna play.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this one of those situations where we like Dallas without Dak more than with Dak?
Oh yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh,
CeeDee Lamb gonna fucking play, dude. If CeeDee Lamb doesn't play, I'm gonna be pissed.
I think CeeDee Lamb is supposed to play.
He practiced it in limited capacity on Wednesday. Okay. AC joint injury. It's considered week to week. But they have some optimism that he'll miss no game action. How can he be week to week? And they think he's gonna play. Oh, whatever. But I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'm not gonna fall for the trap here. Or maybe the Eagles is the trap. I don't know. The Eagles are just been playing well. Saquon Barkley's gonna like. Honestly, Saquon Barkley should be in the conversation for MVP also.
I said Drake May had the second best play of the weekend. That was far and away the best play of the weekend was Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle.
That was insane, dude.
That was the best play of the NFL season.
Dude.
And that's one of the best plays I've ever seen, maybe ever in all the NFL history.
Penn State, Saquon Barkley's back.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
It was literally just like pure instinct. Like I think he just like thought the guy was coming and he assumed correctly and just leaped up. And it was the best thing ever, dude. Did you see the sideline angle of it where everyone
all
gets
the Eagles
up?
players, yeah, the
Oh
Eagles
my
players
God.
were like, what? Yeah,
that would have been me, dude. Yeah, I'll take the Eagles, man. I think him and Derrick Henry should be front runners for MVP in my mind.
I agree.
Rather than fraudulent Mahomes.
I just realized you called my water bottle a breathalyzer.
Did you ever answer what an e-bottle was?
It's just my eBad water bottle.
Oh, what the fuck is an eBad? Is that who you work for?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now everyone knows.
Oh, fuck.
But you just hung up and never did another podcast again. Like, that was it.
Moved to a different state. All right. The Detroit Lions.
Broke some kind of legal agreement there.
No, you're fine. What, saying who you work for?
Dude, I'm literally not allowed to take pictures in there.
It's different than saying the company that you work for. It's way different.
I mean, dude, it's a bomb factory.
Okay, well now you're getting into the weeds. you were fine, and now we're gonna get into the weeds.
Yeah, now we are. Now we're really in it.
All right. He starts laying out the blueprints.
They made bombs.
All right. The Detroit Lions head to Houston to take on the Texans. Detroit's -3.5 on the road, over under 48.5.
Over.
Definitely over. I like that a lot. Again, another good fucking primetime game, man.
This just says
I just can't bet against Detroit right now.
No, I hear you. I definitely hear you. I like the field goal at home.
Interesting. I don't know.
You can't hear him either?
What?
Can you hear me?
No, I heard you.
Oh, that's better.
Oh.
Oh. I think this might be a situation that Houston covers. I agree with Sal. I like the field goal at home.
This is just what, the first or second difference between me and Antonio? That's crazy.
Yeah.
In picks.
Second, I think, or first.
Yeah.
I think it's first.
Probably.
It's wild.
All right.
Last game.
Last game Monday night. Another like kind of decent game that it doesn't probably look like the best game on paper, but could end up
This
being
is a good
fun
game.
watch.
This is a good game.
Miami Dolphins and the LA Rams. The Rams are -1.5 at home. Over under 50.5.
This would be a way worse game in Miami for some reason. In LA, it's really good. No, I'm serious.
Why
If
do
you
you
told
say
me
that?
in Miami, I'd be like, yeah, that's stinky.
That's stinky.
I'm taking the Rams here. I think that's the mojo. I think they got a little swagger. They're at home. It's a primetime game with.
Oh, I was never not taking the Rams here.
Yeah, I mean, this game screams over to me. But if it closes at 50.5, then I have to go by my philosophy.
Yeah, I mean the Dolphins didn't look good last week. I don't think Tua looked that good.
I just think this is a high-scoring game, but I think the Rams come out on top.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know Rams cover and win.
Is it weird to say that? Is it weird to say that I think the Dolphins might win this game by a lot?
No.
I think the Dolphins could win this game by like 10 points.
Well, I don't think that's crazy at all. I mean,
I think they've been playing good.
I don't think the Rams by any means are like, world beaters, the best team in the league, but like I feel like they're hot right now, and I think a primetime game at home, I'm gonna take them.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people are going to be on the Rams in this game. And I think the Dolphins, with Tua back, have played decent. They've just been on the wrong side of some game-winning field goals. They could have easily had both of those games. And yeah, I think with Tua, they're a lot better team. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I think that, but I'm just going to go with it. It's my initial impression. All right, pick three.
I have my pick three.
All right, go ahead.
I'm obviously taking the Steelers based on the love affair that I had with them during that pick. I think Jaden Daniels just has this tough game against this defense, and I think Pittsburgh doesn't really have to score more than 17 or 20 to get this done. So I'll take them to do a 17-10, 17-7 type game. So Steelers spread. I'm taking Denver to win. That's more of like a funny pick, but like I'm also serious too. Denver plays Kansas City close. This is the one team that Kansas City has struggled with in Mahomes' career. Like they don't really
home too.
Yeah, they don't really struggle against a lot of teams. I mean, if Kansas City came out and won by 20, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm shocked. But at the same time, if you're giving me 3-1 on Denver winning this game, I think they can win it 1 out of 3 times. I'm not saying money line's my pick. I'll take the points, obviously, but Denver. And then I kind of went back and forth on my third, but I'm going with my tried and true. Coach got fired. Kirk Cousins due for a bad game. I'll take the Saints.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah. So those are my 3. Triple dog for Sal. That's kind of typical, though. I know one of you or both of you are taking the Bengals.
I'm not.
I thought about it.
Neither? I guess I'll wait. I won't get ahead of myself.
I can go. So first, give me Minnesota -4.5. I think they play pretty well in that game. Number 2, maybe a risky one, maybe not. Give me the Buccaneers +5.5 against the 49ers. I think they've played decent. I think the 49ers haven't looked that good to cover this sort of spread against a competitive opponent in Tampa Bay at home. And then last but not least, going against Giselle, Washington -2.5. I think they're rolling. I think that they are one of the most consistent teams in the league at the moment. Sal hates that I picked that.
No, so it's funny because I usually do hate when you pick it, and you normally do it at the best of me.
You're really confident.
I'm very confident in this one. I got you this time.
Okay.
And I don't usually say that. I got you this time in this one.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll see though.
Yeah. Go ahead, Antonio.
Okay. I'll start with the Steelers against
Let's
Washington.
Let's go.
You're gonna get 2v1s.
Okay, yeah, Sal definitely has me this week. If you have Antonio on your team, fuck. I'm fucked.
It's like bringing Yoda off the sideline.
We've been winning together the last 2 weeks.
Fuck.
I was really close to also putting in New Orleans, but they're too bad of a team.
Yeah.
For me to confidently do that. So I'm actually gonna say the Rams, Monday Night Football.
What happened to you taking the Broncos every week? You're not gonna take the Broncos with me?
Not this week, no.
Damn.
Because I'm taking the Bills.
Oh, I thought you were saying I'm taking the Chiefs. I would have been like, whoa.
No, I
like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Surefire touchdown scorer, because I have mine, but I don't want to say it.
Taysom Hill.
Stop.
Taysom Hill.
What do you mean? Stop?
He's probably right though. That's the fucking funny part.
No, that's who I'm saying.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, if they win this game, he definitely gets in the end zone.
I don't know why, but this is a Marvin Harrison Jr. weird.
Wow.
I could see that.
It just is. He's gonna have 100 and a touchdown somehow.
Give me. I don't really know. I feel like I want to take like Justin Jefferson.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like he hasn't. Has he
It's been
scored
a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I think he's due for one.
One bold pick, and then we can blow his popsicles down.
Oh, that's why I should have said Taysom Hill as fuck. Well, Taysom Hill.
The Bills win by 30 points.
Mine will be the Bengals win by 3 touchdowns.
Wow, that's bold.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Love it.
All right, fellas.
Always
fun. Always good to talk to the boys.
That was a good one. That was a longer one.
Hour and a half,
yeah. Hour and 20. I think that's we've been doing an hour and 20 here and there.
Last week was probably like 50 minutes.
Yeah, because we thought Sal was gonna. If we went an hour and 20, Sal would.
that too.
My phone was hanging on at the end.
It was a good week for that though, because the games were so bad.
Yeah.
Every week, like every game was like Chargers Titans this week, where we were like, get out of here.
Is this when we talk about the election or no?
Not.
No, he's like, all right, goodbye.
I think we need another podcast for that.
It'll be the spinoff. It'll be like, I don't even know.
The spinoff.
We'd have to come up with a name. CNN.
I like the spinoff. I like that.
Yeah, we need something.
The spinoff.
Ooh,
just call it that.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I like the spinoff. All right, gentlemen.
We spin the bottle and make out.
I mean, I'll do that. Not on a podcast. I'll do that anytime.
All right,
we should do it on camera for people to see.
I'm gonna show my butt if we don't end soon.
Okay. All right, bye, kids.
Let me see it.